What's up, guys? It's Desiree here. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy 1st of October. Everyone has their own ritual on how they start their month and everything like that. So I welcome you. Thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you to all of my viewers who have been watching and who has tuned in and supported any type of way. I hope you all are well and thank you so much. Um, Doing content is not new for me. I just haven't posted it, and I'm super excited to share my life with you guys and the things that I feel, the things that I go through. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you can relate who are parents. Even if you're not a parent, I'm a dog mom as well. I deal with anxiety, I deal with bouts of depression. And it's something that I think is really important to be able to discuss and to be honest about, and to also have a place where it's relatable because people who don't go through it really don't understand the significance of how it affects your life. And it's okay to go through what you go through. I think it's all a part of our healing journey, it's all a part of growing, and it's a normal part of just living life. Everyone doesn't experience it. However, the ones who do, I think we're pretty special. So that's what I say, about um, people who are sensitive and have anxiety. I say, we're special people, and we're on a learning journey on how to recover, how to deal with it, and how to just maneuver through life fighting this seriously. So yes. How is everyone doing? It's like a check-in. You have to check in with yourselves. I think that's super important. Check in with yourself. How are we doing today? How are we doing? Today was a great day for me. I made sure that I planned out a day for me and my kids. I took them shopping. Um, and we went out to eat and we just spent time together. And yes, I did have like moments of anxiety, but I got through it. My kids are super funny. Um,
Here we have these shaduligans. These shaduligans. They're it's fire, bro. But it's probably gonna be trash because Halloween time now. It's
Trying to just like get over it. Feel like some shit is stuck in my fucking throat. I'm healthy, and I got the nerve to fucking have a fucking drink, and I'm about to fucking pour. Oh well. I was saying, I do not like to tell my kids like I have money or anything like that because they they just like get beside themselves like they're kids. So like you're gonna be like, oh, I got money, da, 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 da. They're gonna be like, oh my god, am I gonna get this X, Y, and Z? But they're already spoiled, so it's like they kind of know, but whatever. But as I was with my kids today, I was like thinking about so much like about my childhood, things that I went through, things that I remember as a kid, good and bad. Um, when it brought me to like this thing about childhood trauma. And I know that's like super weird, but it was just like that was like on my mind. I'm like, I started thinking about like, why did I go through that? Why was I having those feelings of sadness? Why was I feeling, down as a kid, and it was like, damn, how are my kids feeling? How are they feeling? Am I checking in with my kids? Are they okay? Because I know for me growing up, being a kid or like having feelings was like kind of like oblivious, like, oh, you're a kid, you're not supposed to feel that way. Oh, you'll get over it, you're just a kid. But children are very sensitive. and they have emotions. And I just was like, it was just started like eating at me. It started eating at me like, damn, am I checking in with my kids? They have feelings too, like they're little humans. They're sponges right now. They're soaking in a lot of energy of the world, of me, of who they're around. And, you know, I thought about like, how I was brought up and the things that I saw and just things that stuck to me, the good and the bad. And I was like, I have to make sure that I'm there for my kids. I have to make sure that I'm there for my kids. And even if you don't have kids, you have to make sure you're there for your loved ones. And when I say that, I mean the ones that are there for you. Childhood trauma is very, very real. Very real. And today, for whatever reason, I started thinking about my emotions as a child and how I used to feel. And from what I can remember as a child, I was very concerned. I was very, in a sense, almost sad. Like I was happy, but I was sad. And I didn't understand, at that time why I felt that way until I got older as an adult. Like everything started to like unravel. And my parents really never asked how I felt. And if they did, they would be like, well, you shouldn't feel that way. It's no reason for you to feel that way. But then again, I was feeling that way. I was like, hey, I'm sad today. And they'd be like, you shouldn't feel like you're a kid. You ain't got nothing to worry about. I don't, but your issues sit on me, weigh on me. And I started to think, like, about my kids, like, my issues weigh on my kids, regardless if I want them to or not. And, being with them today made me realize how much importance it is to make sure that you have a healthy and safe environment surrounded around you. But just like a place of acknowledgement, like, you're valid. You're valid. I love you. I'm proud of you. Are you proud of yourself? Um, why do you feel that way? How do you feel about that situation? How does that make you feel? What happened? And I find myself asking my kids that all the time. Like, how are you feeling? What happened? How does that make you feel? Your feelings are valid. And being with them today really started making me think about my childhood and how important it is to surround yourself around healthy things. Um, and how important it is to have people around you who love you and support you and, who uplifts you, who motivates you, who, keeps you going. You know what I mean? And I hope that my kids know that I'm always there and that I'm their biggest supporter. Yes. Um, in a sense, I feel that it's like it. I feel like it's our duty to kind of like heal our own childhood trauma, even though like it wasn't our fault of like how we were raised or what we went through. I feel like it's kind of like our duty to like figure it out because we can't blame our parents for how they raised us because maybe they weren't raised, you know, that way how we needed to be treated. Like they're only raising us based off of what they know or the best of their abilities, and this is no pass to anyone who has been mistreated or anything like that. I'm just saying that I think it's important for us to heal our own trauma, our own childhood trauma, and not just us, but our parents as well. I think that's really important so we all can become better people. And once again, no excuses to the scumbags, no excuses to, yeah, those motherfuckers who don't deserve to be on the fucking earth. No fucking excuse to them. But to, some, they need to heal their traumas as well, you know? But yeah, just like love on your kids. Let your kids know that their feelings are valid. Let your children know that they are worthy. Like, speak life into them. Speak life into life. Sometimes I get angry about not being able to express myself fully. And lately, thankfully, I have been in a better space about expressing my emotions and stuff like that. And I was just like, today was just like a day of like all of these thoughts. I'm just like, you know, is my childhood the reason why I'm so giving? Is my childhood the reason why I'm so uh, into helping others? Is my childhood the reason why I'm so caring and compassionate? Is it my childhood because like I'm super supportive, I'm overly supportive, like I'm more supportive to others than my own self, and I started to really realize like what am I doing? You know, pouring so much love into others that I'm hurting and I'm abusing my own self and my feelings. Is it because of my childhood trauma? Is it because I felt like this, like a certain way growing up? I don't know. I don't know. But I think it's a step for me. And maybe others can relate. Maybe you guys can relate that it's a step to better and to be able to move forward with boundaries. With boundaries. Because our heart and our mind are very sacred. And I think that a lot of times others take it for granted. Like people take us for granted. You people know what I'm saying. Is that our childhood trauma that's holding us back from being our best selves? Because little do we want to accept how we were raised is why we are and who we are as adults today. We go through issues in our lives. We choose partners in our lives because of how we were raised and our childhood traumas. It's very true. And once you start to understand that fundamental, once you start to, you know, see everything, you'll start to be like, okay, this is some type of cycle. Like once you start seeing the cycle, once you start understanding that you keep hitting these roadblocks because of your childhood trauma, you'll start to really, you'll start to make different decisions and have different thought processes. You'll start to see relationships differently, whether it's with your partner, your spouse, your friend, your family, your siblings. Childhood trauma is a bitch. It's a bitch. And it's something that we all going through. It's something that we all have to face. And it's something, unfortunately, we all have to figure the fuck out and set them boundaries. In the end, you got to set them boundaries. We all going through it. And once you start setting those boundaries, you'll break the cycle. You'll break the generational curses. And that's where I'm at right now in my life. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can relate. I'm in a time of my life where I am setting boundaries, that I'm healing my childhood trauma. No one can heal it for me but me, unfortunately. And God, of course, and the spirits, they have me protected. Thank you. But once you really set your boundaries with everyone, things will flow better. Your thoughts will be better. The anxiety will be better. The depression will be better. And that's where I'm at in my life. I had a funny past couple days. Like I was like in a battle with myself about a situation I went through um with someone in my past. And it really bothered me for a long time. Um, and this actually happened with several people um, in my life. This has been a friend. This has been a mate. Yeah, that I was so angry. I was like, why the fuck do I keep allowing people to let me down? Why the fuck do I keep allowing people to hurt me? Because I let them. Because I let them. Because you always see the signs before they come. It's always red flags. Always. There ain't no thieves in the night. You see that shit. You see it. And where does it start? With fucking childhood trauma that I gotta heal. I used to get so angry, like, oh my God, what the fuck? Why do you do that? Why would they? I would never do that to them. I would never do that to them. But think about it. Look at their childhood trauma. Look how they were raised. It's no excuse, but look how the fuck they were raised. And no, you don't gotta deal with. You don't have to deal with them. You don't. And that was my issue. I always felt like, oh well, they're my friend though, and maybe they did, maybe they, you don't know. Everyone has to deal with their own trauma, and it's not always your responsibility, more so, never your responsibility to have to deal with one's trauma. It's everyone's individual journey to deal with their own shit so that they can be their best selves. And that's where I'm at in my life, is dealing with my trauma, my childhood trauma, and my adult trauma, so that I can be my best self, so I can be good to someone else. Because you're no good to anyone if you're not good to your fucking self. All of this shit I've been going through, oh my god, this person, I can't believe they did that. I allowed them. Stop allowing people over that line that you're supposed to draw. Love you. Set your boundaries. Heal your trauma. Love you. And others must love themselves to love you. I would go over and over with cycles with people. Why they don't love me. Why they don't care about me. Why they don't call me. Why they don't come hold me. Why they not there for me like I'm there for them. Why her kids can't come play with my kids. Why you canceling our plans with our kids? Why you didn't show up for my birthday like I showed up for yours? Hmm. Because I didn't draw that line. I didn't draw that line. And I saw the flags. We see the flags. And like I said, no one is perfect. But boundaries are necessary for healthy relationships and for yourself and for your heart's safety. Draw that line. Heal your trauma. Very important.